Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to my vlog, our daily little chaos. Sorry it's been a few weeks since I uploaded a long form vlog, but if you are in the mood for some shorts, there are more than plenty in my shorts file, so go take a look. Welcome back. Today's Thursday. It is August 6th. It is my first Thursday. That's my Friday, because now tomorrow I will be closed, and I'm so excited. Me and Baby Lane's got lots of things to do, and I'm going to take her to a play place here in town, and I'm gonna take you guys along, and that will be in a short form video. I am super ecstatic. I thought I would take you guys and show you guys my flowers because they are looking so good. I also want to show you, I redid my kitchen. Part one of my kitchen remodel. All of the cabinets got repainted. We will be doing countertops hopefully tonight and tomorrow. Everything is the Iron Ore by Sherwin-Williams. So if that's up your jam, it's a little darker, and then stay tuned for what I do for the countertops. Love these countertops, but over time they have chipped right here, and it's just bugging me, and I didn't use enough sealant on this one. So that's my issue there. But I need to get my flowers watered. It's 7:15. I got daycare today. So far, all daycare kids will be here, which is awesome. Let's go get the water. Let's go get the flowers watered. And these are my watermelons and cantaloupes, and they are flipping taking off. It's insane. These ones are doing okay. I think they're on their last leg though. Those are my marigolds. Alright. I've got some fully blooming marigolds up here. I also have another project, is this porch needs to get stained, and I have the stain, so maybe tonight or tomorrow. Well, I won't be home tonight. Tomorrow, I hope I can get started on it. I've never stained a porch before, so hopefully I picked the right color. We gotta go open daycare. I had to grab my little piece of paper that I threw over here. And shut the gate. I have to deflate this today and let it out in the sun so it dries and fold it up. I don't think we'll be using it anymore this season. Could be lying. My mom gave me this flower. I don't think I've ever showed you guys this, but it was like literally nothing. And now it's fully, I have it on a shelf in my front door. I'll show you. Up on that shelf there. And this one here I thought was going to die on me, and it's growing, so I need to get another shelf, or I might just put that one up there. Open daycare. I'm so excited. The best thing I did for my mental health was sending out the notification that I will be closed on Fridays. Best thing I could have ever done for myself. It has changed my whole outlook on daycare. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Like, you gotta do what's best for your mental health, and that's all I'm gonna say on that. I've had a sourdough starter, successful sourdough starter in my fridge for months, so I took it out 2 days ago, fed it. It didn't rise. fed it again, and we have risen about double in size, so we are going to make a loaf today. This is the recipe I follow for my sourdough starter, so if you'd like to, you can screenshot it. I'll give you a second. It's so straightforward. This is just plain sourdough. I've made pepperoni and mozzarella loaves. I've made cinnamon sugar loaves. So I also made a lemon blueberry loaf, which was divine. But this one is basic, super simple. Don't over stress about sourdough. It is the most simple bread to ever make, and it's gut healthy. I'm just gonna prep my sourdough because I will be baking this loaf tomorrow. This is the stupidest simple recipe you will find. It is 100 grams of starter, so you can see that I'm just putting 100 grams into my bowl, and make sure you're using a glass bowl. It just works easier, it doesn't stick, and the best thing to do is have a digital scale as well. This one is perfect, I love it. It came with my sourdough starter kit. Now I'm gonna add my water. It's 350 grams of water. I usually like to use lukewarm water or having it sit on my counter for a few days. That tends to work best. I did not do that, and it still is doing what it needs to do. And you can use tap water. A lot of people use distilled, but I just use tap. And then I use my Danish dough whisk. This is not necessary, but it actually really does help the process. I mix the water and the starter together till I get it foamy, and you'll see that kind of taking place here towards the end. And I'm just gonna put it back on the scale. Make sure you keep tarring it out to 0 every time you add a new ingredient. And now I'm gonna add my 500 grams of bread flour. I used to use the Great Value bread flour, but found it not really making my bread taste the best. So I did invest in the King's Arthur bread, and it has been so good. I like to just use a 1/4 cup measuring cup and just add the flour until I get to my 500 grams. It does take a while, but I want to be precise. That's the one thing with making sourdough, is you don't want to add too much and you don't want to add too little. So I just start slow and go until my desired amount is reached. Again, use your Danish dough whisk and just combine all the ingredients. You're gonna notice that it's gonna be super sticky. It's not gonna look like dough, but don't worry. Once you get towards the end product, it all works out. So just make sure you combine it all until there is no leftover flour in your bowl. It takes a few minutes, and just have patience with it. I like to use these disposable hairnets. I got a huge pack off Amazon for like nothing. They're simple, you just throw them away when you're done. Now, once your dough has been mixed, like the last clip, you let that sit for 30 minutes on the counter, and then you add your 10 grams of salt. Make sure you just tar out your scale to 0 grams again and add your salt. 10 grams is not a lot, but it is the perfect amount for this recipe. And the easiest thing is to wet your hand that you're gonna be using to mix, and then incorporate the salt into your dough like I'm showing above. Just keep wetting your hand a little bit because you don't wanna keep adding excess water. It'll destroy the recipe. Once you've added the salt, let it sit on the counter for about an hour, and then you can start your stretch and folds. And these are super easy. You just stretch and fold a quarter turn. So you'll do 4 of them. You do this for 2 hours every 30 minutes. So you're gonna do 4 sets. So this is our front porch, and I'm going to work on restaining it this weekend. I cleared this side off. I'm going to take the hose and just scrub all the cobwebs, but it is definitely worn. The pillars aren't too bad, but we have a lot of cobwebs. This is set to a stretch and fold. You can see my dough is actually taking form now, and I do 2 more sets after this. I just didn't record it. Now I'm working on my countertop, little renovation, remodel, what have you. Just taping everything off because you are gonna paint and you are gonna use an epoxy mixture at the end. So you don't wanna get any of that on your like your wood or your walls or your sink. So this is the most time consuming part of it all. And I've done this a time or 2, so I definitely know what I'm doing by now. I've done all my bathrooms. I've done my kitchen twice now. The white marble that you see right now is all done by me. I hate to see it go, but like I showed before, it has chipped and it didn't last very long in my opinion. So I'm really hoping this will brighten everything up. It adds kind of a texture to my kitchen and I love it. I'm in love with the finished product right now while I'm doing this voiceover. It is all done and you guys will see it in the next vlog. But this is just me painting everything. I am not one to have patience, and so this is something that's like, oh my gosh, I am super sick and tired of doing this. I started this at about 4:30 last night and didn't get done until about 10:30 last night, and I hate leaving projects unattended and not done. So stuff like this I like to start in the morning so it's just done by the end of the day. Like painting my cabinets, it took me 4 days to get all my cabinets painted, and I did everything like I was supposed to with it. I sanded them, and I usually don't sand, but they have 3 layers of paint on them at this time, and the sanding was necessary. But if you guys are like me and you're on a budget and you want a new kitchen because you're indecisive and you can't afford to get all new countertops and all new cabinets, this Gianni countertop kit is perfect. I don't mean to be going between countertops and sourdough, but this is just how my day went. And my bread was sitting on the counter for 4 hours fermenting. You can do 2 to 4 hours. I prefer 4. And you lightly salt. Wow, no, you don't. You lightly flour the surface that you're working on and then generously flour your banneton. Use rice flour. I just wasn't thinking and used regular bread flour, so hopefully that doesn't mess anything up. But you will let your bread just fall. Let it do its thing. I'm helping it here because it got a little sticky. I think it was a little more humid in my house than I wanted it to be. Usually my dough will just plop right out here, and once it gets plopped out, you can work with it and you just kind of stretch it. This is the point where you can add your inclusions. You can add jalapenos or seasonings or cheese or pepperoni. Literally, the options are endless when you're making sourdough. So you just want to stretch it and roll it into a tight bowl and ball and put it in your banneton with the seam up. Then flour the top again so then your hairnet does not stick. And I'm just going to toss it in the fridge overnight and bake it in the morning.
Xbox can play the past 5.
Hello, it is Friday. It is my first Friday off of daycare and I'm super excited. Love daycare, but I also love days off. This isn't technically a day off. This is actually like my weekend now. I have 3-day weekends. I work 4-day weeks. And yeah, I'm just finishing my workout. It is about 9:15. I've been up since about 6:30. I got my kitchen remodel done. I'm just waiting for the epoxy to cure. It takes 48 hours to like 7 days max. So using my kitchen this next week is gonna be interesting, but that's gonna be in the next vlog. It might be in a short as well, so keep your eye out. I am ending this vlog for the last few days and I hope you enjoyed. I have a lot to do today, and it will all be in a vlog or on short form, and I'm super excited. I get to spend the day with my baby, and it's not a sick day, it's not a doctor's appointment day, it's just mommy daughter time. And this is what I've wanted for my whole life, really. I wanted to be able to have Friday, Saturday, Sundays off and never have to work the weekends. And I'm so thankful. I am so thankful for this life that I have, and I thank you guys all for subscribing. I have almost hit 100 subscribers, and to me that is a huge win. So I love each and every one of you, so please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment down below. I would love reading the comments, so I would love some more. What is one thing that you are grateful for this week that happened to you? I'm grateful for my family, and I'm grateful to be able to have the occupation that I do that allows me to make my own schedule and have intentional time with my daughter. So thank you guys for watching.